from now on. So letting you know our meeting is now being recorded. So yeah, so as I said, I want to acknowledge those elders past, present and emerging, the traditional owners of the land. Always is and always will be. So looking ahead at the schedule, any questions, comments?
I'm not going down here though.
The document. No, you're in a different. I know. I'm acknowledging where I'm at. Is what I'm saying, Gary. So yes, acknowledge where you're hailing from. Any questions, comments on our season ahead and our plan ahead with the coaching plan that I sent out in the email? I should have got that one. There's no comments. Silence is golden. It is pretty straightforward. Yeah, we are going to have some panel meetings where we will meet together, and I'll always look the ones highlighted in yellow panel meeting to have some food on, to bring a bit of that the good vibes, good feeling, and bring us together. We've obviously worked very hard to build relationships with clubs, getting out to Hallett Cove, getting out to Happy Valley, getting out to McLaren last week, and then we're at Aldinga this Wednesday. Then we'll be back at beloved Hackham. So looking at it Monday night, Monday nights are going to be obviously taken up by our online session, and it is being recorded so that I can then dump it into both our Facebook group, and at the same time I'll put it on a YouTube channel as well. So looking at what I'm trying to achieve as far as online coaching sessions, just acknowledge that if you could put yourself on mute, that'd be great. Figure out where the mute button is, just because it affects the recording. We're at different locations within the training nights, but obviously with our online session, we'll be finding ourselves here on Zoom. So get used to having a bit of it when we start the recording. And at the same time, we are going to have a bit of fun with this Kahoot. Now, Kahoot, you might be asking, what is this? And the challenges that you may face. Well, we're going to give it a go, and we're going to see what it looks like. I've created a series of topics, as you can see by the season planner, and then there's a series of, think of it like being at the pub, and there's a quiz night. You can have a quiet shandy, a quiet beer, quiet port, in the comfort of your own home. And at the same time, try and get the answers to the questions right. So if I look to share my screen with you, the document, before we jump into Kahoot, the document that is this one here, obviously I've created this out of the back of the forum, the footy forum. So I'm hoping you've all got the email in relation to that with the attachments. And it's something that we look to pride ourselves on as we take on the role of being umpire. So in our panel, both leagues. So if I look at our culture, what we're trying to create, an inclusive, respectful group that adapts and accepts change, that takes ownership and speaks up when appropriate. Brings about positive camaraderie that provides a fun and enjoyable training environment that prepares umpires to feel confident and safe. All right, so I want to make sure that you go about your day on the weekends and you feel, valued, that you feel confident and you feel safe. All right. Is there any questions around what we're trying to create as a culture out at the panel? Any comments on that?
Simon, are you, sorry, Jason here, are you actually sharing stuff on the screen with us or not?
No, well, you would have that document in front of you.
Oh, no, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't sharing something with us on the screen. I thought you said that before, so that's all right.
Yeah, something did appear on the screen, but there's nothing at the moment.
Yeah, right, well, cool. I can.
No worries.
No, I can share. See if I can share it with you all. I'll just start casting. What can I share? Let's see if it's this one. Let me know if you can see this on your screen at all. Anything?
No.
This is good. This is why it's good to trial and practice this. Why isn't Zoom? Might not have access. So if you're looking at obviously the document in front of you that I've emailed, then hopefully, you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, good idea.
All right. permissions.
Oh yeah, now we got something.
Hey. Okay, not sure. Just let me know what you can see, if it's the document or if it's just a blank screen, or what have we got?
Blank screen.
There was a document for a couple of seconds and then blank screen. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yep.
All right, so to make it easy, there you go. I just obviously looking at what we're trying to create from the culture, and hopefully, yeah, if you're following along at home, you've got the document there that I've sent through. It is a few pages, but it also make it light work for you all as well by sharing it on my screen. Right, so any questions around culture, what we're trying to create, anything else from the forum, those that attended, and then obviously what we are looking to do this season and beyond?
No.
Pretty straightforward, isn't it, folks? Yeah, pretty important that this is front of mind for any new person that joins us that is part of the game, you know. Understand that. All right, let's look at our role for a minute. Obviously, we've talked about this forum, that the role of the umpires to apply the laws of the game and ensure the game is played in a safe, fair manner. We have a duty of care to enforce the laws. As the umpire, we have the responsibility to manage both the game on and off the ground. What does that look like for some of us off the ground?
I got another one. Thumbs up.
Young budding umpire there in the background. Don't be shy.
Simon, if I may jump in.
Go for it, Darren.
Off the ground, it's probably been a bit of a stickler with some people over the course of time, but it's how we present ourselves as either an individual or as a group. But at the end of the day, you're not representing yourself, you're representing the umpire panel. So that's the way you talk, the way you act around people, and the way you present the panel in a positive light. If you're going to run people down, then you don't deserve to be in this panel. End of story.
Okay. So how we conduct ourselves on the ground, obviously the day where we're umpiring the game and getting the game is one thing, and then obviously after the game, before the game is probably what I'm thinking. How we attend the game, you know, what we do as far as the relationships that we make, we build the rapport. For many of us, you know, coming off of playing the game for many years at certain clubs, the reason that I'm trying to create this sort of connection is that our clubs can be our biggest asset. And, you know, the challenges that we face with them can be our biggest detriment too. It can be frustrating for us all. And when we get it right, it works seamlessly. And that's the objective. That should be our intention, is that we can do a game. And if we haven't been noticed, that's probably the best day out, you know, when we're umpiring the game and no one's noticed us, and pretty much come off the ground and get, you know, encouragement is one thing, but where we weren't noticed is a real positive as well. So I guess that we have ability to influence in how the game is conducted based on the way we see things. And so we're a really important role in the game. Without us, they don't have a game, but we don't want to use that as, they're not going to have a game, as the intention behind it. So I guess looking at what we're expecting, you know, there's a list there, pretty straightforward list. I'm not going to read them all out. We'll be here forever. But it's just, again, I want everyone to hear some level of accountability from my end as coach to say, hey, we had this session on the Sunday at McLaren, and as a result and the feedback, you know, this is what's become of it, has come out of it. And at the same time, you know, this can be freely shared and be communicated to new members and existing members as well. And at the coach level as well, from the club's perspective, if they see this is open information, it's not private, it's something that we're trying to aspire to, and that you know that this is sort of our expectations, our standards that we're looking for as part of the panel. So there's one that I wanted to just mention, and that is our saying please, thank you. I think that's been a challenge to gain respect from the players and respect from the football community. So we want to make sure. Could you just make sure on mute, please? I just want to make sure that there's a background noise. I'm trying to make light of this, but at the same time, if we can be the facilitators of the game, we can create a greater positive environment. Then that makes it a lot easier And a simple way is that respect and courtesy by saying please and thank you. So you're on the mark. Thank you. That's the position that you want to be in. Please stand here. Please stand there, wherever it may be. Directing the players where we want them to be during the game. That's what I'm insinuating that we need to be proactive in. Does anyone have any questions around that particular, the please and thank yous, or have a problem with that or an issue with that? I think that I'm out of, left field. This has come out of left field. No, silence is golden. That's pretty good. So intention equals result. We want to set up the intention so we create a positive and a respectful environment. Cool. So that goes for every, umpire across the panel. And I've shared this with goal umpires coach Phil Kamak and with boundary umpires coach Gary Stewart. That top half is a snapshot of what we're at. From a field umpire standards perspective, we do have a big role to play, and we can set the tone, set the game up. We can set the standard for our boundaries and our goals to follow as a leadership. And there'll be people who have different perspectives. And obviously we all bring different perspectives and different personalities to the game, to the panel. We want to make sure that we're in check. And this is a perfect document to add to and build upon for seasons to come as well. So if there's anything at all you feel like you want to add, contribute, please share with me, and then we can tie it all in. I had one question come out of it. I'm just going to skim through it, and that will get answered probably when we get closer to this one here around reportable offences regarding red cards and yellow cards. And if you refer back to our season plan, David Uthenbolt, you're going to take away what that looks like on the 9th of May, and it will be online in Zoom. Is that okay, David Uthenbolt?
At this stage, yes. Haven't heard anything back from the league yet, but that's nothing. It's still pretty early.
Yeah. So we've scheduled it in for the 9th of May, all roads leading to that. And what does that look like, the process? But as far as I'm concerned, we want to weigh up, our issuing of these cards, the severity and the impact. There's something that we look at to make a standpoint or control of the game. If it gets out of hand, we're going to be issuing yellow cards, and obviously what does that look like? And the key to it is what's the red cards where we issue a red card for something very severe and obviously high impact in mind, and the proper protocols, which we're pretty well across. But I just wanted to give David some light there, David Uthenbolt, on that as a structured coaching session for the 9th of May.
Simon, Dave Hugh here.
Yeah.
You've got under red cards, second, last two, withdraw after. What do you mean by that?
So the erring on the side of report and the process is, we talked about this one at McLaren. The leagues don't like that, where we withdraw it. But it's obviously from looking at what access we have to information, technology, what you saw, is basically you may need to look at withdrawing it. We've had ones that potentially could be withdrawn. And it's one of those things where if we're erring on the side of leading with the severity of a yellow that can be upgraded to a red, we're not able to go back. I'd rather you put in the report, pay it as you see it, and don't worry about the outcome. And if it gets withdrawn after, or if it gets taken away we're not worried about that. As I said, leagues aren't interested in that one too much, are they, David?
No, correct.
Not something that...
Sorry, Simon, we had a couple last year where
Yeah,
the reporting umpire came to me after initiating the report and said, look, I think I've got it wrong.
Yeah.
I then contacted the league and they were withdrawn, but they weren't all that happy, and they were looking at fining us, which they didn't do, but they weren't all that happy about it.
Yeah, because there's obviously a part of the process is that, they want us to be 100% confident that when we're issuing a red card, that is the severity and the impact is there. And then obviously we're getting it right on the day. So we don't want to just be willy-nilly with it. And it's not just giving it a red card for the sake of it and then withdrawing it after. It's more of that this may get, be aware, this may be withdrawn after if there's an error of doubt. And there's a consequence with getting fined, which is new to me too, mate. But we can work through those things, okay? I don't want us to be too bogged down or worried about that.
No, thank you.
All good. All right. So yeah, as I said, if you've got any questions, this is a bit of color we've got here about holding balls. Any questions on that one? Flow chart, follow the arrows, follow the colors. Pretty straightforward. We will work on that. And then obviously from where we are, from an observer perspective as well, observations and feedback, I really want to get this back on that we're getting it over the course of the year, and where our observers are looking at this as the document of what we're trying to achieve. It's clear as day to us, things that we can be measured upon. This other thing, looking at game plan, as far as concentration goes, as far as what we need to do to set it up, and that's within the first few minutes of the game, and obviously what we are working with our other umpires, field boundary and goal, teamwork aspects. What happens after we've set the pattern? What are we looking for? What do we need to be assertive on? The decisions we need to make. And that came out of the comfortable decision-making position. So again, we'll work on separate things, but looking at decision-making position, being comfortable, this is something that, I want us to work on as far as where we're running, what we need to do to get into position and not switch off and not lose concentration as well. Again, there's some things there that you can look through, and observations is where this is going to be helpful for someone who's coming into the umpiring fraternity for the first time, and encouraging them to look at where to run, what are we looking for as far as things that we must do. Okay. One of the things that I wanted to bring a bit of awareness around is around high tackles, severe after FADs, that sort of thing, where we need to go and speak to the player and let them know in a nice, respectful way, that basically the reason why that's being paid, and just to have that presence. And it's not just go up to the player and have a chat. How was your weekend? What did you get up to? How are you playing today? It's merely us going and saying, hey, that's happened. Let's get the next one. Let's focus on the footy and make sure that we're doing it in a respectful way. Violent contact, obviously, we're looking at things that are really severe where we need to pay a 25, pay a yellow card or red, take appropriate action as well in a non-aggressive way, that we diffuse the situation and that we're able to support what needs to happen.
Tomo, if I can, just also that presence that you have talking to the high tackler, it diffuses the situation. They see you've got control, and there's less likely to be a carry on later on.
That's right. And what we're looking for, again, we've built the rapport, we've built the respect along the way, and we are able to make that situation be less impactful, less highly red heated, indicate situation between the players and the teams, which we can do really well. I think we can improve on that area just by having that communication going. Obviously, non-violent contact, balls goes to advantage. Umpire must speak to the offender at the next possible break in play. So we just want to let them know, hey, this is not in an aggressive way, but hey, let's just focus on the footy and speak to the player it's caused that. Obviously, we're looking after the game. This is something that we're looking at with COVID. That's been a challenge for us the last 2 seasons. But we get the paperwork done, we get the best players. Then we're able to just see the coaches, catch up, quick chat. They might not want to see you. They might not be interested. That's fine. But it's at the same time, we're pushing this message that we want to maintain that relationship and push professionalism, particularly at A-grade level, maybe challenging it in under 18s and reserves level to have that, but it just might be a quick acknowledgement afterwards. And you remember you're representing the panel with integrity regardless of the outcome. So we don't want to be lingering around having a few beers. I'm not talking about having a beverage as such. It can be a water, can be a soft drink, but not making it a big deal after the game. Any comments on that so far, that particular document? It's light reading material, I know, but it's very, very content heavy. But as I said, it's a standard that we're looking at building upon. All right, field umpire standards. No other comments, thoughts, queries, questions? Cool.
Just one more for you, Tomo. There was the double whistle, the must kick now.
Oh yeah. So
I don't love it, but go for it.
You don't love it? Well, give me something else. Give me an alternative.
I'd rather you use your voice control, which you've got there. You must kick nows, but the double blast of the whistle should be your last resort. Should be talking to them, getting them moving on, I think. But if you want that committed to them, we'll look on that.
Yeah, so looking at it from we'll talk about it, unpacking it in control general play. That means that someone takes a mark, what Russell's referring to, someone takes a mark, working on our communication skills where we are in a position that be 15 metres apart from the player, on the man on the mark, woman on the mark, person on the mark. We're able to acknowledge that they need to kick it on. They must move it on. Must kick now is something that I use on the weekend. It worked quite well, Russell, actually, but that's okay. I know.
Yeah,
Malcolm,
that's what we should be doing. You must kick now, not blast the whistle.
okay. Yeah. Must kick now. It tells the player they must kick it, right? Otherwise, then you're going to be blowing them up the whistle to move them on. Malcolm Watson, you told me one today. What was it?
I can't remember.
Move it on.
Just move it on or kick it on. The same thing. Move it on or kick it on.
And the comment from Shane on that one is it sounds too much like play on. So we don't want to confuse the player on the mark. Must kick now is very clear and precise. And then when you want them to play on, it's play on.
I think if they're on the mark and you want them to kick on and you're giving it and you've had good voice control all day, I think move it on or kick it on would be sufficient. But if you know, I mean, you can judge pretty quickly if they're aware of what you're talking about and they start trying to speed it up again. And then obviously they've given time and then you just go play on. I think they're,
I think it's important, whichever works for you, but I'm wanting to trial these out, give it a go, create a uniform standard that we give the players in our communication. And I don't want to be confused between play on and kick it on. So whatever works for you when you need to get them moving is one of those things. As I said, we'll trial it out, give it a go, see what you think. Love to hear feedback. But yeah, must kick now is something I'm trialing and it seems to be working quite well with the 2 games I've done so far. All right. No other comments, thoughts on that? All good there. Again, no right or wrongs. It's just a matter of us looking at it from a clean set of eyes, fresh set of eyes. It is a standard that we're trying to achieve and we work and adapt towards it. So this next little bit of fun, for those of you that have downloaded Kahoot, what's going to happen is I'm just going to load Kahoot up, and this is going to be interesting to share my screen with you. It will generate a game pin, and the game pin will be on the screen. And I'm going to get this going. It might have a little bit of music to it. It's a multiple choice quiz question that I've developed and devised in the off season for you all to enjoy. I'm just loading the game pin. I'm going to see if what it'll ask you to do is come up with a nickname. In a moment. Where's my share screen?
That pin for everybody, or just is that the same pin for everybody?
Just let me know. Yeah. Just let me know. I'm just sharing my screen here.
Yeah, that pin should be everyone. I've just logged in. King Carey. Yeah, that pin should be the same for everyone.
There you go. So you should be able to see on your screen now. I'd love for you to be on mute because we might have a bit of background just to get it right there. Put your nickname in there. I don't mind what it is. Just obviously we are recording, so keep it clean. 988-2408. So got 3 participants. I got Shin Pan, King Carey, and David Wiley. I'm guessing that's DW.
Yes, Tomo.
So we had 23 on the call. So I'm hoping there's 23 participants that can see the screen on your Zoom. Should be on your Zoom with the screen, and then you should have another split between screens, another device, hopefully with Kahoot on it, whether it's your web browser or whether it's the actual Kahoot app on your mobile phone or another mobile phone. Hoping there's 2 phones in the house just for the next 5 minutes. This will only take 5 minutes, and then we're going to wrap it up. Oh, we've got the Prez. Is that Roy who's joined us? Someone else think they're the Prez.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
I had to go and get the invitation.
yeah.
Thanks, Dave Curran. Yeah, I didn't get your email. I don't know
Maybe
that
I
was
pur-
deliberate or not, to be honest.
I purposely left you out. No, I'm kidding. I didn't really. Don't know. It's
Well,
it's the
I
same one we
searched my
use.
emails, yeah, but I
Oh
couldn't.
yeah, it's the same one we use for committee meetings. But anyway,
No, you sent. I've emailed you back to say I've got no email from last night.
that is the same we use for committee meetings. That's okay.
No.
All good. All good. Simon's cuz JT. Good on you, Tomo. All right. Is that it? No one else? What Hori's got on? Figured it out, mate. Well done. See, it's not that hard. Any others? Any others?
How do I get there?
So you need to be looking at a different screen.
Yep,
I've lost your screen, mate.
Yeah, on your phone, Gary.
Yeah, I have
And then-
Kahoot on my phone, but I don't know where to put that number.
It says play the game down below.
Down
It's a
the bottom.
little
Okay.
4-color block.
Can't access that code in my screen, mate.
So you have
Can you
one
see it,
screen,
Gary?
one
Yep.
screen for Kahoot
We'll try it again.
Yep, now I found it.
Got it?
and another screen for Zoom. So one screen, you have two screens, one screen for Kahoot, one screen with Zoom.
Oh, switch
To play the game, you need to be looking at Zoom. We're going to be playing. I'm going to be sharing the actual game in Zoom,
back to it. Yep.
and then you go back to your other screen when it asks the question. It doesn't. I'll explain the rules and that when we're in. You'll get a series of questions. Hopefully, just getting these participants entered into Kahoot coming through. We've got 17 so far. You should be able to see your name, your nickname on the screen in Zoom. So if you're toggling back and forth between Zoom and Kahoot, obviously keep yourself on mute in Zoom. If you're going back and forth, so just make sure you're on mute, folks. Too much feedback. You want to be able to go between the screens of Kahoot and Zoom. Get good at practicing that. You are using your one mobile phone between the two. Oh, we lost a participant. Okay. All right, Darren Hicks, you're on. See your nickname. Good. So you're going between two screens. All right. So having a look at 17 participants. Anybody else that's not joining us that would like to, please speak up. We'll help you through it. No? We're all good? All right. Here we go. This is where it gets a bit fun, a bit interesting. So on your Zoom, this is why we practice this, you're going to see a series of questions come up on your Zoom window. You're then going to go back to Kahoot and you're going to have multiple choice question, a question with multiple choice answers. It could be 4, it could be 2. You've got to choose the best answer and it's fastest finger first. All right, so fastest finger first and you'll get a point allocated to your nickname at the end. We'll see who's the winner and we'll end tonight's call on that note. And this is pretty much how we're going to operate our coaching sessions between the two. We'll start off on Zoom and then we'll look at using Kahoot for some examples. All right, I think we've got everybody, 17 players now. That's great. No, we'll drop back to 16. Hopefully you can see between the Kahoot and the Zoom. Here we go. I'm going to start our introduction to Kahoot in football in the countdown. Everyone see the countdown on Zoom? When was the panel established? You could choose the red triangle if you go back to Kahoot. Red triangle is 1975. The blue diamond, 1954. The yellow circle, 1974. Or the green box, 1964. You got 3, 2, 1. The answer? The yellow circle, 1974.
I didn't know.
when the panel was established. Didn't know that one?
Nah, because I come from interstate.
No, that's all right. It's four questions, four
If in
answers.
doubt, go see.
All right. I'll still kick your ass.
All right. So everyone happy? See the result there. 3 people chose the triangle, the red triangle. 1 person chose the diamond, and 2 people chose the green square. But 7 of you got it right. Let's see who those 7 were. Let's get the leaderboard. We're in Zoom, looking in Zoom. The Geelong Cat got the points, fastest finger. Then Mitch, then Hori, then Jeno and Kingy. All right. The rest don't score out of those 7. All right, let's go to the next question. True or false? You only got 2 to choose from. Footballs need to be inflated between 69 to 100 kPa. Quick. True or false? Pick it on your Kahoot. You got 20 seconds. If you think it's true, press the blue diamond. If you think it's false, pick the red triangle. We should 15 answers. We should have all answered that one. True needs to be inflated between that 69 to 100 kPa. All right. So make sure the footy's pumped up. Who actually measures this? Anyone?
Yeah, Simon, you have to get the team manager to do it.
Yeah, but it's in the rule book.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying we are not allowed to inflate it. We have to give the football back to the team manager.
Of course. How would you know what 69 to 100 kPa actually feels like?
I got sensitive fingers.
Because it's written on the football.
Yeah, that too.
Popped up a ball once and actually the pin got stuck in the ball.
That's happened to plenty of umpires.
The ball went down halfway through the first quarter too. I wasn't very happy.
All right. Was that a Victorian football milk?
Yeah. It's called a share in the don't. Not all leagues that use it over here. It's a bloody good ball. Brown's banking new one. It's a beauty.
So just on that, if you're umpiring, I know this is not one of my questions, but on footballs, if you're umpiring in the Great Southern, what brand of football are we using?
Faulkner.
Faulkner. We must use the Faulkner. All right. Well done. Let's see how you went with that one. Geelong Cat reigns supreme. 1843 total points. All righty. Next question. We ready?
What may?
Here we go. On Zoom, how many football clubs make up the Great Southern? You have 4 to choose from. You could choose 10, you could choose 9, you could choose 12 or 11. Fastest finger. This one's quick. Great Southern, there's 11, isn't there? 11 teams. Oh, correct answer, 10. Well done. 13 of you got that right. We make up the 11th team, though, folks, so be that in mind. Geelong Cats streaks ahead, but Hori is fast approaching, but Mitch has got 3 in a row, but not quick enough compared to the Geelong Cat. All right, question 4 of 8. Here we go, halfway. What does it stand for? Is it the Central Southern League Football Umpires Panel, the Coastal Southern Football League Umpires Panel, Combined Southern League Umpires Panel, the Combined Southern League Football Umpires Panel? Quick question, because the yellow one had bit of background noise there, folks. With the correct answer in square, the green square. Bit of noise there, folks. Put yourself on mute. Kingy, you've just moved up 4 places. Well, got up to the 2nd spot, getting 4 in a row. Okay, who's the president of the Southern Football League? Captain Jack Sparrow, Craig Warman, Roy Webb, or Bruce Wayne?
So the boy wonder didn't get a Guernsey in this one?
You've all got that one right. Craig Warman. is the president of the Southern Footy League, not Roy. Roy's the president of the panel. Geelong Cat holding supreme. True or false? Great Southern presidents are Terry Corcoran and Grant Levy. True or false? Got to go 50-50 on this one. It is correct. The vice president is Grant Levy, and we know the president is Terry Corcoran of the Great Southern. Well done there. Let's see who's answered that one correctly on our leaderboard. Mitch is on fire with 6 in a row, but is it enough to catch the Geelong Cat? And Shin Pan makes his way onto the leaderboard. 7 of 8. The distance between goal and point posts. What? If you choose 6.5 meters, 6.9 meters, 6.4 meters, or 6 meters. Correct answer, 6.4 meters. Who goes and measures that one? Not really our responsibility, but it's just an interesting fact to know. It is in the rule book as well. Hopefully Mitch got that right, because we discussed this at the Cove Oval.
You're going to move one of the posts, mate. If it's
move one of the posts? No. Not Ron Barassi breaking it in half. All right, let's look at the last quiz question. How many clubs play in the Southern Footy League then? Got 9, maybe 10, 8 or 11. How many clubs play in the Southern Footy League? Well, the answer is 9. And 10 of you got that correct. Okay, let's see who won. Here's a podium. Only gives up the first place, second place, and third place. Third place, give him a round of applause. Richard Hall got 7 out of 8. Geelong Cat got knocked off. Unbelievable. Led the whole way and then got to the finish post. And Mitch seals the deal. Well done, Mitch.
You did.
I think the Geelong Cat challenge is your last answer. You didn't include Hackham.
What's the prize?
Yeah, it didn't include Hackham. You're right.
In the girl somewhere.
Trick question. Got him. All right. No prize. Just you can have a weekend off, Mitch.
Oh, beautiful.
Good work, folks. So that's the way Kahoot runs. Pretty straightforward. Obviously, now I'm going to stop sharing my camera. We'll have a bit of fun, as I said. That's pretty much concludes the first online Zoom meeting. I hope you had a bit of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll catch up with you Wednesday at Aldinga if you can make it. Otherwise, next Wednesday at Hackham for our training. And hopefully, Roy got the pizzas organised. Love pizza. Tell your friend. And uniforms as well. Uniforms, we'll get that sorted out definitely for Wednesday. And Gary's put in an order for Wednesday this week at Aldinga, I heard. So all the best and have a great rest of the week. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Rollers.
Can you send me the email where the games are this week and who wants goals and that?